This is the beginning of the video. Hi. Hello everybody. Welcome back. It's another wrap up. We done new. I'm going to be talking about all the books that I read in March. So strap in, get ready. It's crazy. I don't know why I did that. Okay, I'll see you for the first book. Hello everybody, welcome to my March wrap up. This is the first book I read. I have finished Ray Bear by Jordan E. Fueko. This is a YA fantasy about this girl where she's brought up kind of in like a conserved area to keep her innocence because her mother has this wish that she is supposed to, like, her daughter will kill the crown prince. That makes sense. I really don't know. If I would have to equate this book to something, it's kind of very similar to Ella Enchanted. If you have seen Ella Enchanted, it's not in the sense that like if you ask her to say like to do something, she'll do it for you. It's more like it's like a curse because her mother has made this wish for her that she must follow this one rule of killing the prince, and she has to do it. This book was so good. I've never heard about this book before. I kind of picked it up just cuz. And it was really good. I listened to this on audiobook and I really enjoyed it. I don't know, the characters in this, it was so good. Like, yes, it was like plot driven, but it definitely also was character driven, and I loved it. These characters were so good, and I don't know, this whole world building was so interesting. I've never read anything like this. I give this book 4 stars. I really liked it. I would recommend it. I liked it a lot. Okay, my first book is done. Really not much to say because it was just good. I just liked it. It was good. It was whatever. I don't know. So my first book's done, so I'll see ya for my next one. Hello. Okay, talking about another book. Hold on. I finished another book and I'm going to crochet while I tell you what I read. I finished Jasper Vale by Devney Perry. This is the 4th book of the Eden's series. Now this one is about Eloise and Jasper, who is Foster's best friend, if you read Garnet Flats. So this one is not good. It's like a marriage of convenience, kind of. So what happens is Eloise is down in Las Vegas to kind of like help support Foster in his UFC stuff. So they're in Las Vegas. Jasper sees Eloise and they're both drunk or whatever, and then they have like a fun night in Vegas together, and Jasper's like, let's have fun and get married. And she's like, oh my god, because they're intoxicated, they're like, yes, let's get a legally binding marriage together. So they get married in Vegas, and the next day they realize like, oh crap, we're actually legally married to each other. This is crazy. And that's really about it. There's really not a whole lot going on in this book. Really, the only thing I can like really tell you is that there's no connection between them like at all. Like, they don't ever really talk to each other. They are constantly just there to have sex. Like, that's it. It's no plot. There is no plot. There is really nothing happening in this book besides 2 people having sex together, and that's really it. Like, that's the whole book. Like, there's like a couple like plot stuff that's helping, but the relationship development between these 2 characters, 0. Nothing happened. Like, I wish Devney Perry like talked about some of the things that like pretty significant developments that did happen. I wish she would have talked more about them, like Eloise's parents and how they put so much pressure on her and the hotel. And I felt like that would have been really interesting to talk about, as well as like Foster's parents, or not Foster, Jasper's parents, and like his world and stuff. And she kind of goes into that, but like I wanted more of that and less little, you know, less sex, more like actual plot. You know, ultimately, I ended up giving it a 2.5 stars, I believe. Honestly, that 0.5 is being very generous. It's probably just plain 2 stars. So yeah, that's all I've read so far. I will see you. Actually, hopefully, I'll probably finish this book soon, but hello, I have read another book. I have finished So Not Meant to Be by Megan Quinn. This is the second book in the Kane Brothers series. So this one is about the middle child, JP, and Lottie's little sister, Kelsey. And it's like supposed to be like a reimagined story of when Harry met Sally. I don't know, this one was kind of weird. It felt like it was like friends to enemies to lovers, but like they're like kind of friends still. I don't know, it's a little weird. This one was not very good in my opinion. I felt like the drastic difference between a not so meet cute and this one, there's a big difference. Like there's a big difference. I felt like in this one the writing is significantly worse. This one, like, I don't know why, I feel like this one was just not written as well as the first book, I think. As well as the characters, our main characters. Kelsey, oh my god, 50% of this book, she is so annoying. Like, she's so annoying. She is constantly judging JP all the time, and he's really not doing anything. Like, he's kind of like annoying her in some sense, but like to me it didn't seem enough for it to be justifiable, where she was being so judgmental and harsh, and she felt very pretentious in that sense. I don't know, she just was very judgy, and it was like to a point where it became so annoying. Like, she felt like she was so much better than JP. She really would be like, you are insane, you're insufferable, and he's like low-key just teasing her slightly because he likes her. JP though makes the book. Like, if you read the whole thing, he definitely makes the book. I think he was a very interesting character. He was funny. I really don't understand why he likes Kelsey so much, because she is like rude. But that's what I thought for the first 50%. The prologue to this book, terrible. I almost DNF'd it just off of the prologue. It breaks the fourth wall kind of thing, but it's like not good. It's like, so my name is Kelsey and I'm like this. And like, it felt really, like, it was really bad. However, I will say the last 50% of this book, definitely not as bad. I felt like it definitely got better. But the thing is, this book is way too long. Like 100 pages too long. And then they have this third act conflict, which was literally ridiculous. It was so unnecessary. Overall, like, it's not good. I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. So Not Meant to Be, very accurate title. So Not Meant to Be. That is what I have right now. I will see you for my next book. Hello. Okay, so these are all the books that I read in my 24-hour readathon. The first book I read is Mile High by Liz Tomford. This is her Windy City series. It's like a hockey player romance. This one is about Xanders. He is like the bad boy. He is the boy. He is like so unavailable. He has a new woman with him every day, and that's like building his reputation. While Stevie is a new flight attendant for his like hockey team. This series kind of has been popping off out of nowhere recently. I see why. It is so good. This banter is so funny. I love these characters that have built around this series. They're just such found family, found friendship vibe. This relationship was so freaking cute. I felt like the problems like the characters internalize felt so real. Like, I related to Stevie on a lot of moments. I was like, oh, ouch. I get that. I get that, sis. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. The reason why I gave it 4.5 stars is because, one, this story is way too long. I feel like Liz Tomford could have definitely cut out some of the stuff in this book. Like, there was a lot of like moments where it was just Stevie and Xanders together talking, which I don't mind, like, especially when they're together. Like, they were just, but it wasn't even like them like trying to get together. Like, they were together. I don't know, it was like a double-edged sword a little bit, because, and to me it felt too long and kind of unnecessary. But on the other hand, I enjoyed reading about them. I enjoyed reading their conversations together because they were just so cute together. So, I don't know. On the other end, I have also read The Right Moves by Liz Tomford. This is the second book. This one is about Stevie's best friend and her brother, T. This one is about Indy and Ryan, and I love
this one so much.
So in this book, Indy has moved in with Stevie's twin brother, Ryan. She's kind of having like financial issues, and also she has found out that her boyfriend of like 6 years has cheated on her. And Stevie's like, please let Indy stay at your house, Ryan. Like, you have the money. Because, by the way, he's an NBA player, and he's like one of the top people of the NBA. So Indy moves in with Ryan, and they are like roomies and stuff.
This book is so good.
Whenever I was reading this, like I said, I was doing a readathon. I was kind of low-key getting into like a book slump because I had finished The Right Move, and I was like, I don't want to read anything else. Like, I just want to keep rereading this book. Like, what do I do? I love this so much. It's so good. Ryan. I love Indy. Love Indy to my core. She is like, I love her. But Ryan, oh my god, the things that he would do for her were literally just so sweet and genuine. I just loved all the tropes in this. I loved these two characters together. I loved the characters separately so much. I ended up giving it 5 stars. It's so good. If you have not read this series, I totally understand the hype. If you have Kindle Unlimited, go read it on there. So I also finished Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have reread this book. I have tabbed it, as you can see. I really enjoyed this book. I think the first time I read this, I wasn't super connected with anybody. I was just like, oh, it's like whatever. But I also think since I've been watching the show and I reread this at the same time, I felt like I was more connected with it this second time. I was like, oh, I get the themes now. I gave it 4 stars, so it did go up another whole star rating. Originally I gave it 3 stars. I'm giving it 4 stars. I do think this is a great book. I don't know. I think this story was just so fun. It's such a vibey book. And then the last book I'm going to be talking about is The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. This is also the second book of her Mr. Wrong Number series, or I don't know if it's a series, maybe it's a duology, I really don't know. This is her recent book that has just been published. I listened to this book on audiobook. I guess what do I think? This one is about, honestly, I really don't remember, even though I literally finished it yesterday. I think his name is Jack. I'm gonna go with Jack. I think his name is Jack and Hallie. They have kind of had a one-night stand at his sister's wedding, and then somehow they match with each other on a dating website, but they're obviously are just like being besties. Like, they just become really quick friends, and so they have a little wager going on. It's like whoever can find love on the dating app first will get some stuff. That's basically it. And yeah, that's the really big premise of it. It's just like them having this wager, who can obtain love first on the dating app before the other. That's really about it. It was cute. I actually, listening to this book, it was really cute. I think their dialogue was really fun together. It gave me such good friend vibes. Like, they were good friends. In some sense, though, I felt like I didn't love them being together, because like she doesn't really see him as anything besides a friend, and he wants to be more than friends with her, obviously. I don't really understand how they kind of got together at the end, because she really didn't see him as more than just a friend. So like, I really don't understand why she was like ultimately like, yeah, I think you're the one for me. Like, I really didn't get that too much. At the end though, I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I did enjoy the story, I enjoyed the dialogue, but is it the most revolutionary, mind-boggling, soulmate, lusty romance? Not really. It's pretty mid, I think. That is all the books that I have right now, and so I will see you when I have more to talk about. Hello. I have finished 2 more books. I have literally just finished reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This is like the book that like popped off on Book Talk so long ago, like whenever it was like first going off, and I've been wanting to read this after. If you don't know, I'm gonna bring it up again. Defy the Night is like one of my favorite books, and it's by the same author. Basically what this story is about, it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So we have our main character, Harper. She is growing up in this family. Her father has collected this big debt. He's kind of ran away to like avoid it, so her and her brother kind of have to figure out how to make up the debt from these loan sharks. And so she one day is like on the lookout for her brother, But she sees this guy, and it looks like he's carrying off this girl, and this girl doesn't look like she's in the right state of mind. So she's like, this is not happening. I don't know what he's gonna do to her. So she goes and like be like, hey, get out, leave. And then all of a sudden she's waking up in this like new place, this like kingdom-esque place, and she's like, oh, what is going on? And she is now in a new world of Emberfall. And she is there solely because the prince has been cursed, and she is going to have to break the spell. She has to fall in love with him and blah blah blah. She has to break the curse. What I thought it was really good. I really did enjoy it. In my opinion, not as good as Defy the Night. I definitely think Defy the Night is a lot better. But I did still enjoy this. I love our main girl, Harper. I love how she had a disability, but that disability doesn't necessarily affect like what she can do. And I really enjoyed that. I really like how it didn't really define her in the way that she is not capable of doing things. I think it's very like kingdom-esque fantasy, which I really enjoy. I don't know, I did enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. And the other book I have for you is Marriage for One by Ella Mays. So this is a marriage of convenience. Rose is into this marriage of convenience because basically her uncle has set something up in his will. Rose can have this property, but the property will technically go into her husband's name and not into hers. So she kind of gets into this marriage because she wants to own this property to make a coffee shop, and so that's kind of why she goes into this marriage. And then Jack goes into this marriage because he is a lawyer and he wants to seem more like family friendly, I guess. Like he wants people to think that he has a life, and people that he has a family life and all that stuff. I thought this was good, but the first 100 pages of this book, I don't know. I almost DNF'd this book like a couple of times because I was like, I just don't like it. I don't like the development. I don't like the storyline. Like, I don't care about this book. I just want to get rid of it. But I persevered. It definitely got a lot better. I think I just had to get over the hump a little bit. I do think, though, this book is a little too long. It's like 500 pages when it does not need to be 500 pages. There's a lot of things I think could have been cut out of this book. I do think, though, the relationship between our 2 main characters was good. I did enjoy it at the end of the day. Like I said, I just didn't love a lot of things about this book. Like, I got the premise and I liked some of the premise, but I didn't like love it. I like our main characters together, don't love them together. I don't know, I just thought it was like okay book. Like, I didn't think anything of it too bad or too good. At the end, I gave it a 3.5 stars. I still think it's good. Like, I would still like recommend it if you want to read a marriage of convenience book. I just think there's parts that could have been cut out, or that could have been better, or the development could have been better. But yeah, that is my opinions. Those are all the books that I read in March, because this is the last day of March that I'm filming this, so yay. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my March wrap up, and I will see y'all in the next video.